Hello, hello, hello. We are back. And welcome again, everyone, to another session in our mobile app redesign for developer series. We are again accompanied by our awesome guest, Brandon Minnick.
Thanks for having me back again. I've
It's
got,
so,
I was just saying,
yeah.
I've got so much cool stuff to show off because I know today is our design and our planning day. Friday's the coding day, but I also cheat a little bit and put a bunch more coding time into it off camera. So wanted to show off kind of the fruits of our labor and where we are now because yeah, it feels like we're getting really close.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I feel like this probably could be like mid December or early December. We should probably have our release. So, yeah,
Oh yeah.
totally looking forward to that. So, what do you have for us today? What
Oh
cheat did you get to do on the weekend? And
yeah, sure. You want
yeah.
to dive right into it? I've got my. If you want to bring up my screen, I'm showing off my. Got my iPhone plugged in here, but I figured it'd be
Oh
easier to
yeah.
share it via my screen so we can see it a little bit. Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
So,
There's your screen.
yeah, man. So this is really cool. So there's a couple things that we've done, and well, specifically talked about on the show. So one of them is adding the ability to favorite a repo. So we have that right now. We added in the official star outline SVG that we grabbed shoot just last week, just 7 days ago on this very show. And when you tap it, then your favorite will jump to the top, and you get the little favorite tag that we also designed in the show last week.
Nice.
So that's favorites, and we had also talked about the this button down here. So this button was the Android floating action button, like the native floating action button on Android. But, well, iOS doesn't have a floating action button. So in previous releases, before version 2, on iOS, these numbers were still listed, but we tucked them behind the pull to refresh. So like you got to almost get a sneak peek at the numbers below that pull to refresh indicator on iOS. But when we added in this swipe ability, then things got weird, right? So when we were swiping this top repo, you could see the text behind it that was previously hidden and only allowed to be seen below the indicator. So what that meant was I had to hand roll or create a floating action button for iOS. So this functionality in the bottom right, if you're one of our Android users, it's been there well for months now on Android, but now we're bringing that to iOS. So that's new. What else do we have going on here? We've got oh yeah. So obviously, a big focus of these has been this trends page, and so we have the two dots here for our indicator in the middle of the screen, and you can just swipe, and you get to see your star history. And there's all the work here that we've talked about where you can see we're zoomed in, like that y-axis here is starting at 530 instead of 0, and so it gives the ability for the users to zoom out back to 0 if they want to see it, but also recognizing that like that's a couple years worth of data, and probably data from 2 years ago isn't relevant to you today. At least that's our assumption going into it. We'll see what kind of feedback we get, but yeah, so we'll default to I think either the last 100 stars or the last year, depending on if you have 100 stars in the last year. And so that's all there now. And this is all complete with empty states. So, again, as we talked about in the show, it's super important that if there is no data to display, that we let the user know. We don't want the user to assume that the app is broken or that maybe their internet connection was bad. So, this was the existing one, although we did update the colors in a recent, say, point release. So in the App Store now, you'll see this empty state. But now we've got this empty state for 0 stars. It says no stars yet. And then we've got a couple inspirational words for the user. So like this one says, invite the community to check out your great work. Let's see if we run it again. Yep, get the same one. It's just a random number generator, so. Or no, maybe, oh no, I lied. 0 is always going to be the same text right now. But for 1 star, let's see, 1 star. Oh wait, no, I thought it was 0 stars that we rotated. Well, let's see if I tap 1 star again. Anyways, 1 star. Okay, 1 star is always the same. 0 is going to be different.
Zero rotates, and 1 star is 1. Yep.
But yeah, again, the idea behind 1 star having an empty like it's empty data because the chart for 1 star is kind of pointless. It's just a flat line. Like you got a star on this date, and then since then no more stars. So with the idea of wanting everything to be visible and understandable at a glance, that chart didn't make sense. So let's see. I should get another invite the community. Man. Well, maybe that's. Oh wait, there we go. Good. No worries. Keep up the good work. The stars will come. There we go. So it's just a random number generator that pulls from, I think, 3 different motivational messages there. But yeah, so that's really cool. That's all stuff that we designed here live on the stream. And the only couple things that I've got my eye on that we need to finish is definitely this about page. Yep. Oh, can't even see it right now. Hang on, let me switch my theme back to default. Boop. There we go. So it's just some placeholder text. And so we'll need to flesh out this about page. And again, this is just like letting the users know that the app is totally open source, let them know that they can open feature requests on the open source repo, they can open pull requests to the open source repo, and maybe like a little bit also about us, like who we are as the app developers, designers. I don't know if we want to go as far as giving shout outs to maybe the open source contributors. Kind of got to see like how much is going to fit on the page, but I guess we could always have a scroll view. And so, yeah, when I look at the app right now, it's that about page. And then we also talked about this preferred charts widget, segmented control down here. This doesn't really make sense anymore because we have, for example, this theme picker has 3 options in it. Well, this preferred charts segmented control also has 3 options in it. So like, why do we have a picker for one thing and a segmented control for another thing? I mean, the answer is preferred charts used to be the only option here. So it made sense when it was just either connect to GitHub and select your preferred charts. But yeah, since then we've added in like notifications, light theme, dark theme, language preference. And so the other thing I want to do is get rid of preferred charts, segmented control, turn this into a picker so it matches everything else. We'll need an icon for that. So we'll probably need a charts SVG. Ooh, we might already have one that we use on the onboarding pages. And then, yeah, rolling that in so that it's just part of the settings. And I think, well, my biggest reason for wanting to do that is I hate the fact that about shows up at the top here. And I want that to be at the bottom because that, well, we users read top to bottom. And so you want to have your most important options at the top. And this app is nothing without connecting to GitHub. So that's why I think like the connect to GitHub button should be at the top. And then, yeah, followed by probably then notifications, theme, language, then preferred charts with its picker instead of the segmented control. And then we can put about all the way at the bottom because in my experience with mobile apps, I love including the about page. But what I found with users, the about page is usually something you visit once. You usually don't ever go back to an about page unless you're just like, oh yeah, what was, in this case, like what was the link to the GitTrends GitHub repo? And then you can navigate back to it. But yeah, usually in apps that I've worked on and we have the analytics and we're tracking the user's behavior in the app, we see them visit the about page once per user. So it doesn't have to be, the about page doesn't have to be amazing. And the option definitely shouldn't be listed at the top here as settings. We should drop it down to the bottom because most people only click it once.
Yep. I totally agree with that. So while you were walking the attendees through everything we did last week, and I see you also defined kind of our plan for today. So I went ahead and let me share my screen here so I can show the Adobe Stick project.
Cool.
I went ahead and let's see, let me share screen.
Ooh,
One.
I've also gotten to close a lot of issues in GitHub, which is really nice. So the I think the coolest thing about all this stuff that we're working on is almost none of it was our idea. These were all like when the app first launched, and
Yep.
like we had our big "Hello World" moment in the app stores. People came to the GitHub repo, community members came to the GitHub repo and requested these features, like the ability to have a be able to favorite a repo. That was a feature request from a user in the community. The ability to see your stars chart, that was a feature request from somebody in the community. So I I love it. If you're watching this and you have feature request ideas, let us know because we can get them in there. And this is just really cool because yeah, when these feature requests came in, it was something like, oh yeah, that is a great idea, and also like I would love it. So like I even thumbed up a bunch of these feature requests because I was like, yeah, let's make that happen.
Yep.
And here we are, man. Like, what was that? First launched in March, and now we're in
Yeah.
November. So 8 months later, we I'd say that's a successful turnaround for a couple
Yeah.
guys that just work on this app at nights and weekends.
Yeah, and it's totally like free from the heart. So I think we have a good grade because we released V1, right? We did all that work, all that whole redesign. Then we received the new features, and to release like literally 2 3 months after we released V1 version 2 with new complete features and redesigning them at the same time. I'd say we're in a really good path.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh, I see here in the chat, the user Good or Dead. He says this looks so cool already.
Oh, awesome.
So
Thank you.
yeah, thank you for joining us today. I know you're one of the usuals as well. I think he was not in the last stream, but he's always also there supporting us. So yeah, welcome back, and I hope you can share a bit of your ideas and everything we're gonna do today, and just let us know, and we can work with that in the design as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went ahead and while you were talking, I noticed we had some few points we were gonna touch today, right? So the first one we talked about was in the settings page we have the preferred charts component, and as you said, uh, before it was okay to have it how we defined it because let me go here to the settings page as you showed before. If we see the old
There it is.
UI.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Our old beautiful UI. So before it was like the centerpiece of this page, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was the only content, so it made sense to make a segmented control here, right? Because if now it was gonna be too small and it was like the page was gonna be empty. But now that we have added so many new options, right, and we have defined this new style to the About Us page, it kind of feels out of place in regards to the overall design of the page, right? So
And
yeah. Mhm.
we remember we dug into the analytics. Pretty sure that was last week.
Yeah.
Just kind of because the first question was like we acknowledge that it doesn't fit in the UI or the UI design anymore. But yeah, the first question was, is anybody even using this? And surprisingly, yeah, what was it? 30% of Android users
Yeah.
specified a specific preference for their charts.
Yeah. And for me, like, at least I know I have not used it like after I tested it the first time because I actually prefer to see everything together. But yeah, who wouldn't
Yeah.
know that there's actually people that are picky with their charts? So we need to leave it.
Yeah. Well, and I will say, Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. I just leave mine to the default all. But there has been times where I will be looking at the trends page and just want to see unique visitors, because there's been a couple times where like I'll get a notification that says this repo is trending, and then sure enough, yeah, there's a spike of views in the last couple days. Awesome. But then I'll click total views to get rid of it from the chart and just see unique views, and it's like two, which
Yeah.
which is really cool, because I mean that means I'm helping, or this repo has helped somebody. So like this is a repo that one or two people are coming back to look at, like, how did Brandon do X, or how did this app accomplish this? And so yeah, I mean they're both telling a cool story, and I like to see them together. But I will say you definitely get the full picture when you can turn off just the total views, total clones, and see unique, because yeah, it tells you like maybe it's just one or two people that are possibly working on a project and they're leveraging this sample app or for something like that. Or yeah, did like somebody post GitTrends to Reddit, or did it go viral on Twitter, whatever? Because then yeah, you'll get a lot of total views and a lot of unique views. But yeah. So anyways, yeah, moral of the story, we're keeping it. We're keeping it as an option.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me reshare my screen here. I just wanted to like reorganize them. There you go.
Cool.
So yeah, the first thing for today will be getting rid of that well, that preferred chart picker. So so
See
let
you later.
me yep. So let me duplicate here this
We'll say
these canvas, right?
one nice thing, just while you're
Yep.
putting the pieces together here, is that this control is actually a sync fusion control. And when we get rid of this button, we'll also be able to remove that dependency, that NuGet package from the project. And not that we're ever going to get away from sync fusion, because we're using sync fusion for the charts, but it's always nice to have one less NuGet package to worry about, one less third-party dependency to manage. Because I don't know about you, man, but anytime I see a new NuGet package updates available, I mean, I always get really excited, because it's like free stuff. Like somebody else just made this, and I get it for free. Awesome. But at the same time,
Definitely.
maybe there's breaking changes, and so it's more about removing dependencies is more about just being able to have that peace of mind. You have like one less possible breaking change to worry about, and
Yeah.
that's always nice. Like, you know me, I love deleting code. Like, less code to manage is always better.
Yep. So let's go. I have duplicated the canvases. Remember, guys, you can use the Alt key in your keyboard and just like select a component in the screen, hold the Alt key and drag. And that's gonna duplicate everything you have selected. And to duplicate the whole canvas, you can press here the name over here, and that's gonna select everything inside of that canvas. So you don't need to like do a selection like this. Then go back here. So now let's remove this, right? Goodbye. I'll keep the left side as a reference. So we're gonna basically change that for this component. And something I just noticed is that this is kind of not updated, right? Because in the wait, I have the reference down here. Sorry, down here. Let's put it on the side. Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, we've added a couple options.
Yeah.
I guess, and the background color too.
Yeah, we added a few options. Also the theme. Remember, this was the first draft we did for it, and we just went with the icon and calling it theme here.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that header. It just yeah, it took up too much space,
Yep.
which is unfortunate because I love it. But we ran into smaller screen devices. We couldn't fit the settings. It just became too busy, too big. And
Yep.
part of the workaround for that was like the setting page is also scrollable now, because yeah, after we added in a couple more options, then it was just no way. Like it was like no way we could cram this all in and still have it
Yeah.
like readable, clickable. But
We
yeah,
tried. We tried.
yeah.
And then for the pickers, we have square, right? A rectangle here. Then let's default here. And this has a border radius of 4. Yeah,
Yeah, and I
close
think it
enough.
looks just a little bit different on Android. I think Android's using square corners. It's kind of like whatever the default aesthetic is for the platform.
Yeah.
So I just say that because I noticed the mockups have all been Android mockups.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that should work, right? So now I just need to duplicate this 3 more times. Yeah, but without the top line, right? Uh, 16. There you go.
Yeah.
So this is gonna get well, yeah, because if you see the screenshot, this actually is almost like on the bottom already of the screen. So I was
Right.
the issue was that when I was duplicating it, I was like, oh my god, we're getting close to the edge, right? But yeah, that's how it is right now, because we have so many new
Right.
options.
And that's even like you can see the screenshot was a iPhone 12 Pro. So that's just like
Yeah.
the average size screen for an iOS user. And
Yeah.
and so yeah, if it's too much stuff to fit on the screen for the average iPhone, then yeah, nothing we can do about that except make it scrollable.
Exactly. I got this. So I'm missing one more, right? The
About
about. Oh, so we can do 2 birds with 1 stone here, right? Because the about, we agreed that we're gonna move it from the top and put it all the way in the bottom. So we can come over here, duplicate this, 16, and I feel like not allowed.
it's definitely not.
Yeah, I take away the selection and I'm like, okay. Let's see. Okay, wait. Let me just select this. There you go.
Nice.
Nice. So now we put here about. Yeah, only about. And that should do it. Yeah. And the icon, let's search for the preferred charts icon. Maybe we can use the
They're all
one
in
we're
the repo.
using here, no?
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I
Yeah.
was thinking. Yep.
Yeah, we can reuse this one.
Love
Free
it.
icon. And it's already in the project.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you want to add in the other icons like the what for language and about those are all in the GitHub repo. So feel free to pull
Okay.
out those SVGs if you don't want to hunt them down, because
Yeah.
I don't
Let
know if I
me
could tell you where we found them.
yeah, let me grab them from the repo. So let me first gather all of them here and then I'll position it. Let's go to the repo, GitTrends. GitTrends. Let me put it over here so the screen can see what we're doing. So, SVGs. This is in the forms project, right?
Yeah, the .NET Standard project. There's a
Oh,
folder in there called resources. And then in there, I think we have a folder
here
called
it is.
SVGs. Yeah.
SVGs. And what's the name of them? Okay, which one are we looking for? Let's see.
So
We're
language
looking
SVG
language. Yeah, only language, I think.
and
Oh, and
about.
about. And about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the language one's called language and
Nice naming convention. See,
thanks.
we even think on that.
Oh, and you'll have to jump branches. So you have to switch to the version 2 branch to get the about icon.
Okay. I want to download this directly from here. Can I not?
Yeah, I was just wondering how do you download the SVG directly from GitHub?
I mean, I can just open the repo
Maybe you can go
here.
go
Yeah.
up. Oh yeah, that works too.
Yeah, yeah. I already have the rep on my computer. What am I doing? uh, let's go here. Okay, source 3, get out of the way. We don't need you right now. Version control. GitTrends. Oh, nice. It even went to the folder I was looking for. Let's see if that's true. No, it's not.
Nah.
Okay, here it is.
Yep.
Resources, SVGs. Ooh, nice.
Oh, and you're on the version 2 branch, so you had the about SVG right there.
Yep. Here it is. About. Nice. And language. What?
What?
Let's see. Okay, let me open it with Illustrator.
That's
Maybe, weird. I don't know, maybe the path it's weird or something. I don't know. Let's see what Illustrator says.
I know, right? Got me nervous. I mean, it works, obviously.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we can see it on the device.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like maybe Visual Studio is a little bit more forgiving when it comes to like a missing double quote or missing bracket.
Yeah, and also maybe it could be remember when we first started adding the SVGs to the project that we had to like configure something in the path, like some of them were not showing up in the
yeah that was the color.
Yeah,
So
the color was not getting we couldn't work with the color easy in that time, and it was like a configuration we had to do to the path. I remember. Maybe it has to do something with that. I don't know. I'll export it again.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Maybe,
just
maybe if I copy it from here, it's already fixed. Oof, nice.
Oh,
see, that's cool. Why we always have to take the lazy approach first. Yeah, because then I would have to export it, save it somewhere. Oh, nice. That's weird that AdoXD didn't want to open it right away.
Yeah. I wish they would tell us what was wrong with it, or at least what Adobe XD didn't like about it.
Yeah, I think it gave us like a link to get more information. I'll see if we can keep
that. Like I said, it works. It's not like the SVG disappears on Android or something like that. So
yep.
Not too concerned.
There, and let's see the about. Okay, the about needs to be a little bit smaller. Guys, don't get panicked if you see me like not giving a specific size to the icons. Remember the rule generally is 24 by 24. So what I do is I just use another one as a reference to like do it dynamically if I don't want to put the numbers here in the properties. And there's also some icons like this one. Oh no, look, it's 24 by 24. There's some icons that have like a different scale. So what I try to do with those that have like different scale, you can't put 24 by 24. I just try to scale them dynamic here, and then I see what is the size it has, and that's what I put in the project. So yeah, you don't need to like deform the icon. You can do it this way.
Just FYI, Luis. Yeah, yep, you got it.
Yeah, yeah,
I saw you moving the chart icon to the language.
yeah. You were like, "Whoa, what is he doing? Is he drunk?" Yeah,
Well,
I was just
the theme
sizing
one can
them.
stay there. The theme
Oh
one was
yeah,
correct.
yeah, yeah. One too much. Let's go here. Bam. Let's go here. Okay, and now the about us. Group. Goodbye. Here. And so now I need to fix this. How far is it from the line? 16. Oh, 16. 17, 16. 16. Good. Okay. So yeah.
Looks pretty good.
I guess that's how it's gonna look. I like it. It looks like if we compare it to the old one, well, let's put the three versions here. So this is the current one we have in the app. This is what we had before this version. And this is our new proposal. So yeah, it definitely feels more like in sync, right? Every component is like related to each other. Like we have pickers. We either have pickers or we have switch or we have navigation to another page. So yeah, the
Yeah.
segmented control was literally breaking this. Now it feels like all balanced, right? At least that's what I think it looks like.
I like it. I think that's the right way to go. Just keep them in the order of importance. Because, yeah, like how many times are people going to change the language? How many times are people going to change the theme? But like notifications, you might, like, if you get a new phone, sometimes you have to toggle notifications back on for certain apps and stuff like that. So, like, the rest of the stuff, like theme, language, preferred charts, I think that's more of like a set it and forget it. Like you look at the options once, maybe you switch the theme to dark, and then you go, oh, I hate it, back to light. And same thing
Yep.
with language. It's like, oh, cool, it does support Spanish, and then you'll stick to Spanish. But like, yeah, I don't think you change those options very often. So good to keep them a little lower.
Yeah. I'm gonna just duplicate this to the dark theme, which is now our preferred theme. Let me delete all of this. So we can have both versions here, right? There you go. I definitely have forgotten of starting to use the colors from the assets here. My bad, guys. I know I thought it was a good practice, but I'll set that up off stream, like when I upload the file. For now, you can just do it quick like this. Select, let's say, the text, all of the text, and where's the color picker? Color picker. There you go. And select all the icons. Go with this. This line is kind of out of place. Yep. This line is supposed to be there. Let's put it here. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, it looks like all those new rows on the dark theme screen are all a little shifted over.
Yeah, right?
It's like
Look
the
at
icons don't
the
align. Yeah.
what's happening here. Let me see. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I get it. I get it. Let me see all
Yeah, as I say, just select it all and nice. Snap it.
There you go. Yeah.
And then the only other thing I see, I'm looking at my screen now with the dark theme, is that the arrows are the same color as
Oh,
the SVGs,
yeah.
and the pickers are there's no background color, so the background color is transparent, so it matches the page,
Perfect.
and the border. I think that's just yeah. The border is the same. Oh, interesting. So the border is the same color as the separator lines, but the separator lines are they almost look like the same color as the text, like in at Pujols Luis, that
Mm-hmm.
text color. I think that is the color we're using for the separator lines. Just a guess, but they're definitely not white.
And the text, what color is the text?
Oh, that text is
Oh,
that text matches the text color. So like the
oh,
text color for theme is the same
perfect.
text color we're using for the pickers. Yep, just like that.
Oof, that's beautiful. Oh, we have another one of our lawyer attendees here. Faisal is saying hi. Hola.
Welcome back. Good to
Welcome
see you
back.
again.
Nice to see you. Let's continue coloring this. So the text is white. And this one. And the border is this one. Nice. So we got our settings page updated now.
Oh yeah, just the separator lines. I would say make
Oh yeah.
the separator lines the same as your Pujols Luis text.
Okay.
I think that's how we're doing it.
Nice. Yep. Here as well in the lighting too.
Ooh, let me flip over to light theme. Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like it's like a shade of gray. And then I don't think this matters too much for the mockup, but the separator lines start on the left side of the icon, or I guess I should use this head. The left side of the icon and go all the way to the right side of the say picker or
Oh, so it's like
arrow.
something like this.
Yeah, so just bring them out.
Okay. All the way over here. Okay, so this is blue. This is
Yeah, I would say if you line it up to the pickers, then that's exactly where the
so this
border is. Or I'm sorry, the
this one.
what Xamarin Forms calls a picker. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically everything is all those icons are right justified, and that separator line goes to the same point. And same thing on the other side. Like all the SVGs are left justified, and the picker goes to that same point, or the the separator line. Ugh.
Yeah, it gets confusing when you try to like name all the components. There you go. I definitely love how this designing software like allows you to go like zoom so much, right?
Hmm.
Because if you want it to be like really picky and do something really pixel perfect, you can literally do it. Like go down to the pixel.
Right?
Yeah.
Because like this separator
Mm.
line, I think is literally 1 pixel.
Yeah. Yeah, this will be so hard like to manipulate if I could only go like this far. It will be a headache.
It's so
You would
painful.
never know like when it's actually aligned and stuff. And these like helper lines also are really good.
Hmm.
There you go. So is this arrow as well like the end of the arrow aligned with the end of the lines?
Yeah, so we would want to move the arrow in a little bit. Yep. It's like basically, yeah, yeah. I mean, technically, it's the SVG, and the SVG's got a little padding on it, so it's
Yeah.
not like the point of the arrow matches up perfectly to the end of the line.
Yeah.
There's some padding there, but whatever,
There you
close
go.
enough.
And this one as well is a little bit more inside, no?
Yeah, that should be right justified with the rest of the options, and basically that border of the Xamarin Forms pickers is our right justification.
Okay.
So everything just aligns to those.
There you go.
Yeah, clean it up.
Okay.
Yeah, just right there is perfect.
There. Perfect. And this line. Perfect. Yeah, so those dynamic lines that are appearing, guys, it's not me. The program doesn't on its own. It's smart enough to know what other components it has nearby, and if you're trying to resize this, it will try to snap uh, to those other components, right? So he sees that you're like trying to resize the line. He's gonna be like, oh, probably you want to put it aligned with all of these, so let me snap it to this position. So it helps you also to resize it easy. And I think we got it. Nice.
Looks good. Nah, now the other one just looks like a
Yeah,
mess.
but now that I know what it is, we can do this one quick. Let's go over here. Ungroup this one, this one. Put them here, a little bit further. There, perfect. This one has to go there. All the lines need to align with the icon. So we can do this. Perfect. Now, since we have I have never tried this, but maybe it allows me to resize all the lines together. So let's see. Let's finger
Come
crossed.
on.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice. Perfect.
Very nice.
Yeah, I like Adobe Sigma. It's helping us. Okay, and this one. This one like. This one is bigger, right?
Yeah, just a little bit.
There you go. I knew I was not going crazy.
And then the only other thing I see is the background color. So
Oh yeah,
instead
yeah.
of
Let's
the
put
white
this
white,
to the
yeah.
one we use now. Do you have the hex for that?
Nope. But I mean, the phone
Oh
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
screenshot
yeah. Oh,
that might pick it up.
smart move. Yep,
Yeah. What does that say?
definitely.
FE FE. I
Yeah.
remember it being something like that, like F1 or.
Uh, E, yeah, EF, EF, EF. Yeah. Let me. Yeah. What was the accessibility tool you told me for zooming in? I know I have
Oh,
it
on
in
the
edit.
Mac, I just
Yeah,
hold Control and scroll.
yeah. Control and scroll. Yeah,
Yep.
I love this feature.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's the hex we're getting.
close enough.
Nice.
Even if it's not
Oh, and then yeah, we forgot the backgrounds for these. I think I can. Oh, look, since they're the same component, you can select them all, so you can modify all the
Nice.
properties together. Nice. There you go. And this is Roboto. Yeah, that's good. I think we have it perfect, perfectly updated now. So this we can do on Friday, right? Do you have any other? I see a hidden arrow here that not
Good eye.
there. So yeah, I think this is ready now for our Friday session for us to
Oh yeah,
update the settings page and get it with its final arrangement, right?
totally. Yeah, like I
Yep,
said, we're getting really close.
yep. Nice. Let me save this and let's go back to our little to-do list here. So I think we did a few of them. We
Yeah,
were
almost
only
all of it.
gonna yeah, we were gonna only do the picture, but I think we did like almost a whole list. uh, yeah, we got the icon for the charts. Thank God we did this design and we had everything available here, and we reminded ourselves that yeah, we have a chart icon that we can reuse, and that way we don't need to add another resource right to the project. So yeah, that's really nice. And let's see. So we got the icon for preferred charts, redesigned the segment control to be a picker, moved about us to the bottom, and now I think what we should get into is the about us page. What do you think, Brandon?
Yeah, I mean that's basically it. How late are we going today? I know we started an hour later.
However you want. I know we started yeah late. I don't know if you want to just leave it here. We do these updates on Friday, and if we get free time on Friday, because I think these codes updates won't be that uh like it's not gonna take us 2 hours I think to update this. So maybe we can group up on Friday again, code, and then do the last hour just to do the about us page, right?
I think that
Yeah,
sounds good.
yeah. And today I think it was a really productive day. I really liked how this turned out.
Yeah, yeah. I think the order's good. The only concern I can think of, and I would really call it a concern, is just thumb reachability. So if you think about the fact that most folks hold their phone like this,
Yeah.
and like what can your thumb reach? Always important to keep in mind. Like you don't want to have the most tapped button all the way at the top of the page. And so
Mhm.
I think for this, like, well, let's see. If I actually hold the phone, yeah, like I can still tap. Oh, you can't. There it is. I can still
Yeah.
I can still reach everything with my thumb. So yeah, I think we're totally good. Um,
Yeah. And
like
that's a good
the
point. Like you see how in the settings page we have this avatar here, right? And we have the this area that is not it's only read only, right? So you guys can actually use this to your advantage in future apps. Take in consideration what Brandon is saying. If you have something that has to go to the screen and you know it's gonna be a feature that is gonna be used a lot, and but this screen only has like one or two features, well, you can use the top of the page to add something that has to do more with making the app look more stylish and like more clean. So maybe you add like a gradient background here and like a title, a fancy title, and just get rid of this extra space that's gonna be hard for the users to reach, and just fill it with something nice, and then put all your content after like yeah after like this this part of the screen, because that
yeah,
helps you
probably.
like to keep everything in a thumb reach. And I
Yeah, so
think
probably like
it
the
totally
top.
was not intentional, right?
I mean, it wasn't not intentional, but I mean that's something for me. Like anytime I'm using an app and like on iOS. I think Android does this now, where you can. Oh no, just boop. There we go. And so
Oh
it'll
yeah,
actually
yeah,
scroll the UI down. Like, to me, if I have to do that in an app every time I use it, that app's broken.
yeah,
Like, you
yeah.
blew it.
Yeah, I totally agree. But yeah, oh, I see a comment here in the chat from Questo. He says, "You guys are
Hey,
great." No,
thank
you're
you.
great. Thank you for joining us. You know how we always have to keep everybody happy, but yeah, it's great that you're here. We're really happy that you guys are following the stream. We're learning. We are not designers, but yeah, little by little, we have started to gain. I would say we're at least junior level designers by now, right? Right, Brandon?
Yeah, like
Like,
I know a couple things.
yeah, I can defend myself now. So yeah, thank you guys for coming. Are there any events coming up, Brandon, that or anything we want to shout out?
Oh yeah, dude. Huge Xamarin conference this weekend. This Saturday is Monkey
Oh yeah,
Fest.
yeah,
So let me
Monkey
grab
Fest
that
USA.
.com. Oh wait. Oh wait. I went to monkeyfeetusa.com. Very different website.
Like what?
But yeah, so it's totally Xamarin focused. It's all Xamarin, all day Saturday. It starts at I think it's 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Oh, there it is. monkeyfest.dev. That's the link. And yeah, so it gets started well early for me because I'm on the West Coast, but oh wait, I take it back. 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Eastern time, 6 a.m. Pacific. But there's going to be some really good talks. So if you've ever seen Kim Philpotts, he makes
Yeah,
amazing, beautiful UIs.
it's
He's the
awesome.
first presenter. There's presentations on like .NET 6. So Jonathan Peppers, who's one of the Android devs, will be talking about Xamarin and .NET 6. Let's see who else is on here. David Ortnow. Maybe you heard of
Yeah,
him. He's the Xamarin PM here at Microsoft. He'll be speaking at he'll be speaking about .NET MAUI. Jonathan Dix, another engineer at Microsoft. Matty Lejeune, PM for Xamarin Forms.
yeah.
Just
We
so many
also
amazing
have
people. Michael
yeah
Stonis, Sam
we
Basu.
also have Javier here, Javier Suarez, which is
Yeah, Javier.
yeah, he's down in Spain, but he's also really good creating really good UI components. Have you seen all the stuff he has been doing and he's about to integrate in the community toolkit? Like he has been
Yeah.
doing all the components from the ground up with Clear Sharp and stuff. It's really interesting stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's so. If you're asking me which ones I'm gonna prioritize, um, so no offense to Chris Miller, I'm sure the native features Xamarin Forms is gonna be awesome,
Yeah.
but yeah, Javier works on the Xamarin Forms team, and so I imagine I haven't spoken to Javier about this, but I imagine what he's going to be showing off is what .NET MAUI is calling handlers. It's replacing Xamarin Forms renderers. And so if you've ever had to
Nice.
create a custom renderer, you know how much of a pain it is. And they've vastly simplified it. Javier and his team has for .NET MAUI, and they're calling them handlers now. And
Nice.
so I'm prioritizing this for me because someday I'm going to have to make a custom handler, just like we've had to make custom renderers. So I want
Yep.
to understand that. Obviously, the 12:30 event, Xamarin and .NET 6, that's super important. Um,
Yes.
and then David Ortnow's session, Matty Lejeure's session.
Yeah.
It's always good to hear, although John Dix talking at the same time as David. So many good
Bootstrap
talks.
with
Um,
bindings to native.
But yeah, these are
Oh
all
yeah.
engineers. These are product managers at Microsoft. So like, it doesn't get any more real than this. Like, these are the folks who are literally building Xamarin and .NET 6, who are literally building .NET MAUI, and they want to show it off to the world. So always amazing. I mean, like, and so many friends too, like Daniel Hendricks, Andres
Andres
Pineda.
Pineda. Yeah.
I saw Michael Stonis is presenting, and Sam Basu. Like, I love all these people.
Rodney.
Rodney,
Yeah.
yeah, so many amazing people. And Sweeky, she's
Oh yeah,
presenting
sweet.
about unit testing, which is always important. So I know it's going to be a jam-packed Saturday morning for me because this starts at 6 a.m. my time. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll have to go back and watch some of these recordings because obviously I can't watch both at the same time.
Yeah, and I've heard that everything is gonna be recorded and uploaded. So yeah, we can catch up definitely because, as you said, there's some sessions I want to see both, but I know one of them I had to see live. So I'll basically do the same. Reminding everybody what date is. It's this Saturday, November 21, and you can register. It's free, completely free, and you can follow all their social media to keep up to date. In that in the Net Dominicana, we're gonna have a upcoming event. I believe it's gonna be Angel talking about Azure related. It's gonna be an Azure related topic. So stay tuned to the meetup, and we're gonna be publishing that through there. And thank you all for coming today, and see you on Friday. Bye.